And there it is. Brigitte Langerholm has just won the world's 2004 Women's Open Championship. Des Redding congratulates the new champ. And with that putt, Barry Schultz wins his second straight Men's Open title. Ken Climo will have to wait another year to try for his 12th.
My goal is to make next year's Pro Worlds the first $100,000 purse in disc golf history. So if you'll all leave $1 on your way out of the door tonight, that'll go a long way for us. I look forward to seeing everyone next year in Pennsylvania. Thank you.
Welcome to the Lehigh Valley in Pennsylvania, once a center of the coal and steel industries, but for 1 week in the summer of 2005, the center of the disc golf world. I'm Adam Zucker, and all the best players in the world have gathered here in Allentown to compete for the World Championship. Four courses being used for 2005 Worlds, including Little Lehigh Parkway, with its rolling hills, weeping willow trees. There's also lots of out of bounds, providing the potential penalty strokes for some of the world's best. As beautiful as Little Lehigh is, Nockamixon is its match in terms of challenge. It has a par of 66 and an army of trees awaiting the most accurate players. The course at Tinicum County Park is just off the shores of the Delaware River. Tinicum is a mix of short and long, open and wooded, ending with a near 800-footer along the canal. For 05 Worlds, Jordan Creek Parkway is almost entirely back to its original layout. It has a mixture of wooded and open holes running along and, in one case, over Jordan Creek. Everyone's favorite players are here at Worlds. On the men's side, 11-time champ Ken Climo and 2-time champ Barry Schultz. And on the women's side, 5-time world champ Juliana Korver, as well as Brigitte Langerholm. The World's 2005 Pro Disc Golf Championship is brought to you by Innova. More models, more plastics, more choices. And also by Discraft, the world leader in disc sports.
We like to say that disc golf is a walk in the park, and when you're walking through beautiful parks, competing at the World Championships level, playing with your friends from across the country and around the world, I mean, what a great experience.
The first day of Worlds competition started with heavy rains, lightning, and thunder, halting the morning session. But that didn't dampen the spirits of some of the world's senior grandmasters.
Rain and downpour, we can tough it out. But with lightning, I don't like.
They ought to call it. They really should. They probably are. We can't hear it. It just came in very fast. The lightning was at 15 miles, and then about 3 minutes later, it was at 1 mile. So it went through. It came real quick. Hopefully, it'll go out just as fast. We get you guys back out.
For many fans, the story is whether or not Barry Schultz will get his third straight world championship, or if Ken Climo will get his elusive 12th.
I've never thrown a disc in Pennsylvania until this week. Technically, I like knock-em-mixing. There's 3 holes on knock-em-mixing that could use a little work and be a little more fair, and I'd probably like it better than Lehigh, but Lehigh is very pleasing to the eye.
Checking in on the rest of the field, Brian Schweberger turned in a 59 on Monday, and perennial challengers Steve Rico from California and Oregon's Dave Feldberg both had respectable rounds of 60.
I'm probably more known for my cool head and composure on the course, and my thumber. I throw a lot of over-the-top stuff. Knock-em-mixing is a very challenging course. It requires a lot of technical throws. It's still a very challenging, fun course.
Even if you throw a perfect shot, it doesn't work. If you throw just off, then it ends up working out for you. The players have been kind of having the same problems I am, almost having a good round, and then, so I'd have to say the courses are more challenging than the competition right now.
The story of the day on Tuesday was the exceptional play of 20-year-old Nate Doss. The Santa Cruz native nailed one putt after another.
I've learned to just hit that gap and keep that disc going straight. My biggest accomplishment of my career is I won the Junior World Championships in Kansas City in '99. Second places in big national tournaments, third places, fourth places. But I haven't actually got over that hump yet to win a big national tour event or a super tour event.
Nate turned in a 49, putting him in the lead as we reached the middle of the week. Doss was not the only disc golfer playing well early on. Brian Schweberger turned in a 53 at Jordan Creek. And how about this? After taking a few years off from Worlds competition, Mike Mosier shot a 53.
I've been to quite a few Worlds, but I haven't been to one in 6 years. So it's kind of nice getting back into this whole thing, getting to see everybody from around the world that I've gotten to know over the years and enjoy the competition.
Another young member of the Pro Tour emerged with one hot round, that being Matt Oram, a 17-year-old phenom from Mobile, Alabama, shot a 53. Dave Feldberg shot a 53 as well.
I think it's going to be a close championship this year. Usually one guy runs away with it year after year after year, and I don't think that's the case this year.
Some other exceptional rounds include Brian Moore's 54, Tony Gerling's 55, and how about Jay Redding with a 52? Let's take a look now at the Women's Open Division. Many eyes are focused on Brigitte Lagerholm, the current Women's Open champ and favored to repeat.
Usually I'm a slow starter into the tournaments, but this year my technique is really good. And this year is the first year I've ever felt that I'm good at what I'm doing.
But early play was tough as Iowa's own Des Redding, a former champ, shot an astounding 56 in the opening round. Not to be outdone, five-time champ Juliana Korver nearly matched Redding with a 57 and took hold of second place. Some new faces also turned in exceptional opening day performances. Georgia's Courtney Peavy shot a 61. And from Hinckley, Ohio, Valerie Jenkins turned in a 60, 4 strokes off the lead.
I wasn't expecting much. I was expecting woodsy courses, and that's what everybody's been telling me, but the courses are amazing. They're beautiful. I love them. All different aspects of golf. You need every shot in your bag for all these courses. They're great.
Certainly, the play of Carrie Berlagar, Nadine Cosgrove, and Elaine King can't be overlooked, as each player finished out the card. Another hot round on Tuesday by the two top women, Juliana Korver and Des Redding. A 71 by Redding at Nakamixon allowed her to maintain the lead, as Peavy and Jenkins shot respectable rounds at Tinicum. But the shocking development is the disappointing round by Brigitte Lagerholm, whose 77 dropped her 10 strokes behind leader Des Redding. After a tough morning round at Nakamixon, Lagerholm found the afternoon at Tinicum to be much of the same.
I have to play really well. I can't do any mistakes that I did today, and I got a penalty stroke today. You can't mess up, basically.
Courtney Peavy and Valerie Jenkins challenged with a 57 and 58 respectively, but the day belonged to Des Redding.
As I've been playing, I try to take every shot at a time. I know at Lehigh I was kind of really rocking. Actually at Tinicum I shot a 53, and that was a really hot round. It was a 1,000 rated round, and I found myself drifting, kind of thinking ahead. So you got to pull yourself back into the moment and just play every shot at a time, and that's kind of going to be my plan throughout, because we still got Nakamixon left. We're going to Tinicum after this, and kind of anything can happen.
Over the years, the men's Masters division has showcased some of the most exciting competition in the World Championships. And this one is shaping up to be a legendary final, with a field that includes Larry Leonard, Joel Kelly, Brad Hammock, Jim Oates, Dean Tannock, and Joe Mila.
Practice, and everyone I went through them.
The leaderboard shows a relative logjam between the top 15 players, and history has shown that in the men's Masters division, the lead can change ever so quickly.
Ooh, I'm glad I didn't shoot your way out of it.
Hold on,
Crazy
black marker through
scorecard.
mine.
It's crazy, crazy scorecard.
Now over to the women's Masters division. Moving over to the women's Masters division, we have none other than Ani Kreml, who finished third after the opening round. Kreml was challenged early on as Sheila Kirkham took the lead with a 62, and Pam Renicky shot a 65 for second. Sandy Gast opened with a 71, as did Suzette Simons. Donna Payne with a 73, Donna Raines shot a 79, and Joy Williams rounded out the field with an 81. Now let's take a look back at the Grandmasters division. After a rain-soaked morning, Snapper Pearson fired a 55 to lead the field. David Greenwell and Randy Beers each shot a 56. Glenn Henry turned in a 57 along with Bo Nash and Hunt High. Dr. Rick Vokes came in with an opening round of 61, 6 strokes off the lead, but many knew it was a matter of time before Vokes summoned his A-game. Some other notable performances include Jay Gobrecht at 59 along with Michael Barry, John Porter at 60, and Morty Finkel with a 61. In the senior men's Grandmasters division, Peter Shive and Doug Aulick jumped out to the early lead, while Jerry Robbins threw an impressive opening round at Tinicum. Only 4 entrants in the women Grandmasters division. They are Linda Fowler, Alicia Rolano, Sylvia Vokes, and Susie Horn. Last but not least, some of the more charming players here at Worlds 2005. The legends, four-time champ Ted Williams, Ragnar Overby, Stancil Johnson, Jack Roddick, and the old GOAT, Paul Fine.
The courses are really rugged courses, but if you see me play, you'll think tomorrow I'll get my first lesson.
Frankly, I don't do this every day. I prefer this course really because it has the most shade and it's been super hot. But I've been doing this ever since it started. I'm giving what? Old goat here. Old goat, 12 years. At one time I used to own him, but not anymore.
I'm the new kid on the block. I just started playing 2.5 years ago. The courses are easy for most people, but some guys just make it tough. They make it tough on me, you see.
Surviving the heat is my main challenge, because I grew up in cold countries. I'm not used to this. So far, nothing but great people that I met either. The heat, you can keep it.
I think like what will challenge me is to throw over water, like we had one to throw over water, or a very narrow wooded fairway. It's intimidating to look at that.
Hi, my name's Joe Mila, and I'm going to show you how to do some rollers today. When you want to use a roller, you look for fairways that have a little bit of room so you can swing the disc out and around. And you want to basically come from your right shoulder around your body with that kind of an angle. So when it arcs, the disc will move in the air and start to bend. And when it hits the ground, it's going to be almost vertical. So when it hits the ground, it goes down the fairway on the right-hand side and swings around left. That's when you want to hit a hole that's from right to left. Now watch. Many different shots you can make with a disc. A roller's just one of them.
Since 1983, Innova has been the choice of champions in disc golf. These are the 2004 Innova champions. United States champion, Ken Climo. Master World champion, Brad Hammock. World distance record holder, Christian Sandstrom. Senior Grandmaster World Champion, Peter Scheid. Grandmaster World Champion, David Greenwell. United States Women's Champion, Des Redding. World Champion, Barry Schultz. For the last 21 years, more world and national champions have chosen Innova than all other brands combined. Innova, #1 in disc golf.
As I said with a chuckle, oh you didn't win. And I looked at her and I just had to grin. So I told her about my day at the disc golf tournament. Well, I missed my putt, I dinked it off the rim, and I threw my driver in the lake again. I tried to lay up, but the dang thing rolled away. Look at her go! Another bogey here, a double bogey there. Ain't nothing you can do, and it just ain't fair. Everything's gone wrong when you're having one of them days. There ain't nothing you can do when you're having one of them days.
Well, now what about this? These guys should be threesomes as soon as one line drops. What about this David? What about David Pickleson? Our goal is for almost all of them to go home and basically say this was a great Worlds, well run on beautiful courses, and it's I'm proud that our sport is continuing to grow the way it is, and I'm looking forward to coming back to next year's Worlds.
We're proud that we were able to bring the world to Pennsylvania.
There's 7 rounds that these players play. So those first 3 rounds during Monday and Tuesday, you know, everybody's feeling good about themselves, but it's a long competition. There's many rounds to play, a lot of holes, a lot of shots to make. And the leaderboard is sorting its way out so that the people we see there perennially at the top of the leaderboard are finding their way there now.
No question about it, the younger players on the men's side and even the women's side have really stepped up as the week's gone on. So let's take a look one more time at the men's open division. Dave Feldberg regained his composure after suffering multiple bee stings and took the lead.
Just bad luck, I guess. Got stung in my leg, and then after that I settled down and made me feel like, you know, even though all this is going wrong, I'm still throwing great shots.
Yeah, baby. In second is Nate Doss, who not only has a rifle in his tee shots, but has shown a tendency to make one tough putt after another. And while it's still early, the impressive play of Matt Oram continues to turn heads, and he takes sole possession of third. Steve Rico maintains his hold on fourth, with Ken Climo close behind. Since rain halted play earlier in the week, the pros had to finish their rounds at Jordan Creek.
I really played poorly on the rest of the front 9. It'll be interesting. I think I probably got pushed out of the top card. I'll probably be on the second card tomorrow.
And while Ken Climo and reigning champion Barry Schultz continue to play well, the 2 top cards are separated by single strokes. There are even whispers of a changing of the guard as we near Championship Saturday.
What you have to think is that you're going to win. If you're going to win, you've got to think that. So, you know, that's what I'm thinking.
Yes! Woo!
Now let's move ahead to the women's open division. Brigitte Lagerholm returned to championship form today by putting up the best score in the women's division with a 57.
The toughest thing is always have your own head. That is always the toughest competitor, actually, the head, the mind game. Because it's the mind game that tricks you to do stupid things.
But Des Redding just keeps shooting one consistent round after another. Redding holds the lead by a comfortable margin as Juliana Korver continues to play well, as do Peavy and Jenkins.
The field's growing. The women are just getting stronger. There's more women coming out. There's lots of women, new beginners, coming out and playing.
We're heading into Championship Saturday, but really the women's division has already been decided. Des Redding has an insurmountable lead heading into the final day of play. Relatively little change in the men's Masters division as the leaderboard continued to bottleneck. Leonard with a 55. Jomila fires a 55 to shoot back near the top. Dean Tannock fires a 54 to maintain the lead.
PDGA events, I've probably won over 40 events, I think, on the PDGA Tour. And you don't really get used to it, but you learn how to control your emotions and control your game and try to stay within yourself.
Brad Hammock shoots a 53 and Jim Oates' 55 keep the race fairly close as we head closer and closer to Championship Saturday. Now over to the women's Masters division. Now let's take a look at the Grandmasters division. How about David Greenwell's 53 at Lehigh Valley to take a commanding lead? Randy Beers and Rick Vogt stayed close behind, each shooting a 57. However, on Thursday, Dr. Rick Vogt shot lights out, and by the end of regulation play on Friday, he had built a 6-stroke lead.
I can't believe we did worse on this course than we did all the other ones.
Redding, and today I'm going to show you the Anheuser shot. An Anheuser shot for a right-hander will go from left to right. Basically, when I throw it, I use what is called a power grip. I have my thumb towards the middle of the disc. I'm throwing a leopard, which is a slow turning driver, and then I tuck all fingers underneath the rim. This will give me a lot of power and snap. If you got a tee pad, start on the right back corner and work yourself on an arc. So I'm going to continue to work my footwork on the same line that I'm going to throw my drive. When you come off with an Anheuser, you're going to come from low to high, from low to high, and you're really going to feel yourself come over it, and you're going to want to follow through, and this will continue on with that line from left to right. So footwork is basically the same. Use a crossover step. I'm going to bank my footwork around the same angle that I want to throw my shoulders. So here we go. And that's an Anheuser. Go throw them. Heading into the semifinal rounds, Barry Schultz is in excellent position to repeat.
Nate Doss and Matt Oram have played terrific all week, but championships are won by guys who can handle the pressure. And of course, Ken Climo is close, but will need to gain some ground on Saturday morning.
You want to be number one when the last hole's played. That's what I usually try and set myself up for. I mean, if you're leading by a bunch, obviously, that's what you want. Like Dez is leading by 18 right now or something. That's pretty much a commanding lead. But you've got 6 players in our division within 5 or 6 strokes of the lead, so it's any man's race right now.
Let's head back to the second group as Ken Climo is having an outstanding round. Climo needed a hot round, and he has really done it today. With that shot, Climo assured himself a spot on the championship card. Oram and Rico are tied. With Climo's amazing round, the final card is Doss, Climo, Schultz, and the eventual winner of a playoff between Rico and Oram. Hole 16, Oram to drive. Rico's turn to tee off. And Rico just barely making the shadows of the tree. Now Rico with the gallery behind him and the pressure on as well. We are high above lovely hole 17 here at Little Lehigh Parkway, site of many beautiful shots throughout the week. Also the site of the final rounds for all divisions.
Right in here. Oh yeah, commemorative super rounds.
Now let's check out the finals from the Grandmaster Women's Division.
I don't want anybody to die.
Alicia Rolano to tee. Sylvia Vokes in the tee box. Susie Horn, ready to rip one. Linda Fowler, set for her tee shot. And now for the coolest guys on tour. It's time for the finals from the Legends Division. In the opening of the Legends, Ted Williams to tee. And here's Ragnar Overby. Great distance, but Overby a little overstable, rolls onto the path, out of bounds. And the old goat, Paul Fine, to tee. And a fine tee shot drive by Don Dillon, right down the middle. Here's Dillon from 30 feet. Overby comes up short. And Paul Fine for that big third shot. All in all, a fine performance by all the legends, but the championship goes to Ted Williams. Now let's check out the finals from the Women's Masters Division at Little Lehigh. And check out the finals from the Senior Grandmaster Division. Rick Vokes to tee. Tee time for David Greenwell. They say don't drink and drive, but here's Randy Beers. Second shot coming up here for Pearson. And with that, Rick Vokes is your Grandmasters champion.
Basically, the short game is the most important thing you're going to ever have, and putting is it. What I try to do is I try to picture the flight of the disc. The disc needs to have an apogee like a rocket. So when it goes up, it's going to have the high point. I try to see my disc in that window. And that window, if you hit that window, it goes in the chains. When I get out to really far putts, a lot of people do jump putts. It makes them more accurate. I try to go with actually one that I learned from the Miniac, Greg Hosfeld, former world champion, was a step putt. And that forces the disc about 30 feet farther easily. Your favorite putter is your driver. If you're close enough to put it in, then you're done.
Now let's check out the Men's Masters Finals at Little Lehigh. The Men's Masters Final included Alabama's Dean Tannick, smooth throwing Larry Leonard, Joel Kelly from Texas, and the 1999 Masters World Champion, Jim Oates.
Whoop. That's going out of bounds. No, it's going out of bounds. I'm going to make this easy on you, Joel.
Larry, nice shot.
flat, baby. Get flat. Oh. That's not a good start. Oh well.
Here's Tannick for birdie.
Well, it can't get much worse. Thanks for carrying my bag, though.
Dean Tannick ready for his first shot. Larry Leonard in the tee box.
Turn. Come on, baby. Get up. Out play still, Larry. Out. Beautiful.
Jim Oates ready to rip one.
Come on, boy. Beauty.
Go in. Sit.
Yeah, Larry.
Here's Joel from 35 feet. And Jim with a nice birdie three.
All warmed up now.
Larry cleans up his par. Hole 5 of the Masters Final is Lehigh's regular hole 10, a long par 4 requiring 2 excellent shots for a chance at birdie. Oates' drive is heading for the pines.
Get under that tree. Get in there.
Shot number 1 now for Larry Leonard. And finally Joel, who turns his disc over and throws the best shot of all.
Great shot, Joel. Good shot. Nice. Come on. Come on out. Four. Come on out. Four. Four. Sit. Come on, Larry. Get down. Through it. Get through it. Yes. Okay.
Joel Kelly for birdie.
Nice, Joel.
And the others tap out for par.
That's it.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Nice shot.
Good job, Joel.
Leading by 4, Dean leaves his drive well short.
Oh no, you're playing it out. Come on, baby. No way. Sit. Get away from there.
With his lie some 75 feet from the basket, Dean steps up and hits a bomb. Here's Larry's attempt for 2. And Joel bangs home another birdie. Joel Kelly ready for his first shot. First shot here for Dean Tannick.
Crickets when I'm playing. That's what I'm talking about. Thanks for being with me, crowd. Finally, they're back with me. Last hole, guys.
Tied for third, 44.
Good shot, Dean.
Larry Leonard in the tee box. Jim Oates lets one rip.
That's all right.
Some tough breaks for Oates down the stretch.
Come on.
Larry Leonard, valiant effort, coming in second. Joel Kelly coming in tied for third with Jim Oates.
Close in '93, I finished second to Kenny, one of many people to finish second to Kenny, and then I finished second and third a couple of times in Masters. So this is totally a dream come true.
It's been a really tough tournament, and I feel that I'm so tired now, on the verge of being really exhausted. I came here as well prepared as I could. This has been on fire the whole week. You can't just play mediocre and expect to be able to battle her.
And here we go, Women's Open Championship, Des Redding to tee. Here's Juliana Korver's first shot on the 585-foot hole 1, with OB on the left and rough on the right. And it's tee time for Valerie Jenkins. Crowd favorite Courtney Peavy to tee off. And they're all off on the Women's Open Championship. Korver trying to clear the OB on her second shot, and she comes up short. And Jenkins a little more power than she had bargained for. And Peavy's shot barely clears the rough. And Korver, lying 3 after throwing out of bounds, is able to get over the thick stuff. Peavy rims out. Juliana saves her bogey. And Jenkins puts it home for birdie.
Final.
Hole 2 is 270 feet uphill, with a grove of trees in the middle of the fairway. Redding going with the high Anheuser shot. Peavy going with the roller on her second hole.
Look at that. That's
And
beautiful.
she is
Look
up
at that.
close to the
Jeez,
basket.
That's beautiful.
Korver, the roller, gets through the trees.
Turn over.
A little short of the basket. Peavy hits chains with her second, but it doesn't go in. Here's Juliana from 40 feet. And Jenkins for birdie. Valerie Jenkins' first shot on hole 3, a 441-foot uphill par 3. Here's Peavy's tee shot. The crowd has really shown up on this sunny Saturday. She hits the trees, but she got good distance. Korver the hyzer route, and she gets a nice skip. A little left of the basket, though. And Redding lets one fly. She's got a nice look at the basket. And Redding sticks her putt for par. Hole 4 of the finals is regular hole 16, straight ahead about 325 feet, where a powerful drive can put you in position for a birdie putt.
That's a drive.
Filter.
And here's Valerie Jenkins' first shot. That was what disc golfers call a worm burner.
That's tasty. Yeah. Come on, get that filter.
Go pole.
Little gentle touch on this one. Redding hits birdie. Jenkins escapes with a bogey 4. Juliana for birdie. And Courtney finishes up her par. Hole 5 is a 1,200-foot monster, combining regular holes 17 and 18. Korver down the slope of 17 and over the path. Des Redding to tee.
Yeah. There we go. Woo! Woo! Woo!
Here's Peavy. Turns it over nicely and clears the path, and she's in open country.
Jenkins.
Jenkins might not like this one. Bit of a hyzer release. Could catch the tree. Redding's second shot. And look out, Arbor Day. Korver's second shot. She's in a good spot. Championship 5 is a really tough hole with a lot of obstacles. Oh, the tree got a hold of that one. Now she tries to recover after basically losing a stroke. And that's not going to help. Jenkins sending one toward the thickets. Redding with a big run-up, kept that one kind of low, but that also means it's safe on the 18th fairway. Korver leaving it right out in the fairway with a long putt for a birdie. Jenkins gets great snap on her fourth shot.
There you go, girl.
And Valerie with a lot on this one, a little too much, and it's heading toward the river, off a tree and a wet disc. Here's Des with her fourth on the monster.
Get up. Come on, go.
Get down there.
Yeah.
And Korver's got a realistic chance of finishing this hole in 5.
Looks like butter.
Yeah, Courtney, that's it.
And after all those troubles, Peavy puts one near the base of the basket.
Get in.
And that's how the luck goes in the tournament. Here's Juliana from the fringe for a great par. And at long last, the ladies can leave the monster behind. On to hole 6, and Des lets one rip.
Exactly. Yeah.
Tasty.
Here we go.
Come on, get in the basket.
Get in there.
Juliana pulls her shot over the road and out of bounds. Courtney Peavy to tee on 6.
Come on, PB.
That's a putt.
Come on!
Wider.
Juliana tries to get up and down for 4. Redding for birdie. Korver's putt comes up short, and she settles for a double bogey 5. Des bangs in her par putt and takes a 3. Hole 7 is Lehigh's regular hole 2 and has been christened the Beast, 666 feet, with treacherous OB right off the tee. A little close to the path, but in a good spot. And that right there is a bad miss.
Nice shot, pal.
Oh. Had the drive, and then a little too much power on the putt. Courtney takes a 4 and picks up 3 strokes on Val in the battle for third. She now trails by 2 with 2 to play. Here's Peavy's drive on the 295-foot hole 8. And here's Juliana Korver in the tee box.
Oh, looks like butter. Get going. Yeah. Get around it.
A really high hyzer there, but a little short of the tree. Courtney with 40 feet for 2. And Val with a solid putt to save her par. Korver bangs in her birdie. On to the 579-foot ninth and final hole. And as we're winding down, the crowds have really gathered around the women, waiting to see Des clinch the crown. And it's been just a terrific week of disc golf by Courtney Peavy, a real rising star. And here's Juliana Korver to drive. Right down the middle. And here's Valerie Jenkins' first shot. Moments away from having our champion, Des Redding, tees on 9. And Redding plays it safe, lands right in the fairway. Korver's second shot. Lands it nicely in the fairway. She's got a nice look at the basket. Here's Peavy, trailing Jenkins by 1, with a chance to tie for third. And she delivers another great shot under pressure. Redding with a heave on her second shot. Here's Des for the win.
Was this harder, easier, or you really had to work hard to get this one, huh?
Because of the courses, and when I won in Houston, they were really flat and open with just one mix of course. This was a harder win for me because it tested your skills, tested your mental ability at Nakamixum, and it's just beautiful here.
From 72 players down to 4, let's check out the finals of the men's open division at Little Lehigh. And one of the closest championships in a long time. Nate Doss, a 3-stroke lead on Ken Climo, but just 6 strokes separate the top 4. Climo to tee off. And Climo with the roller, but he rolls right into trouble. Here's Schultz's drive.
Oh, yeah!
Orem to tee off. Schultz's second shot, and he's looking good. Here's Orem's second shot.
Smart, man. Smart play.
Second shot for Das. And he gets within putting range.
Yeah, mate.
Climo for the putt. Schultz sinks it for birdie 3. Climo for the putt. And his final will start off with a bogey 5. Das puts it home. Crowd likes it. He likes it. And Orem settles for par. Now here's Das to tee off. Schultz goes with the roller. A lot of steam on it, but he hits the base of the tree. Lands just ahead of it. Orem with the big high anhyzer. And it lasts the whole way. He's up near the basket. Climo going that same way. A little too much ante, and he's just a couple of feet to the right of the basket. Schultz with a clutch putt. And Das with an equally impressive putt. Matt and Kenny also finish up their birdies. Das to tee on championship hole 3.
That'll never work.
Nice shot.
Here's Schultz on championship hole 3.
Yeah.
There you go, Bear.
Woo. Yeah.
Come on, man, Roger Squeeze. Come on, man, up.
Climo in the tee box.
That's fine.
Champ, one time.
Great shot. Get it!
Yes.
And it's routine pars all around on hole 3. Doss to tee off on hole 4.
Come on, stable. Come on, flip, honey. Flip. Get old. Get old. That'll help. That helps. That helps. Get up. Stop. Get up. Around the backside, honey. Around the backside. Around the backside, you got to putt.
They got a nice back door. Yeah. This tree has a great back door.
Shot number 2 now for Orem. And he drains it. Climo needs this one. Oh, off the faceplate. Climo falls further back after that hole, but now Barry Schultz has climbed into second after that big putt.
We got $120 for a 4 on this hole. Juliana had a 50-footer for a 5. I know it can be forward. I watched the whole thing.
I got 20 on that.
You got 20. It's $140 for a 4. $160 for a 4 on this hole, y'all. That's 200. You got 20? That's 220. All right.
That's the same 20.
Yep,
You already called that one.
Anybody else want to put some money in?
Beer money.
We're at 260 for this hole. 500. Hey, Ed Williams just smashed it. It's $500 for a 4 on this hole. $500 for a 4 on this hole. Anybody else want to put some money on?
You gonna go for a 4 now?
Yeah, that's what I love. This game is great.
Schultz set to drive on 1,200-foot hole 5.
Yeah, he caught the wind too early.
And here's Orem looking for a 4 for himself and for Mr. Schweberger. And that's more than 500 feet down the fairway. Doss going with the high hyzer route. Can't get off that tree. And now Climo playing catch up.
Come on, honey.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Stay clean, boy.
Second shot for Doss. Turns it over, not exactly where he wanted to be. Second shot for Schultz. He's got to go with the roller. And the grass is going to slow this one up a bit.
Good shot, Kenny.
Nice shot, Kenny.
Get out here.
Orem had the best drive, and now he goes to a roller. And it just keeps on going toward the basket.
That's fine.
And here's Nate with his third shot.
Yeah.
He's in position for a long putt for 4. Now the third shot for Schultz. He better keep that Anheuser going. Comes out, but he's still in the fairway. And now Orum's third. A lot of steam on this one.
Glide, baby. Go!
Schultz ripping one. Heads toward the right side. Not a gimme putt coming up.
We'll stay for that. Uh-oh. He had to break that.
Climo's fourth. Pin high just to the left.
Come on, honey. Hit it.
Schultz for a 5. Ooh, not enough chain. And Climo closes out his 5. And Nate takes a 6.
One more.
And check out Owen. With 1 foot in the weeds, he hits it for a 4. A 4 on this hole, he picks up 2 strokes on the lead. And now he's tied with Kenny and Barry for second, 4 strokes back of Nate. Hole number 6, and Orum continues to stay hot. He should birdie. Now it's Climo's turn. This one looks to be hooking a little early. Schultz knows he needs to answer. The hyzer almost on the path. He should have a good look at the basket. And here's our leader. Here's Doss from his knee, and he hits it. Schultz down by the road. Too much distance to cover. It's going to have to take a 3. And Orum comes through with a birdie.
Back up, slow down.
Orum to tee off on the beast.
Go.
And that's just short of inbounds. Kenny tries to cut off a big piece of the OB, throwing well over 400 feet. But he too comes up just short of the fairway. Now here's Doss to tee off.
Go.
Got some lift.
Go, baby. Go. Yeah, he did. Yeah, boy.
get there? Oh, that's there.
Good shot.
Two drops.
This guy is a straight ball.
Here's Orum's third shot.
There you go. Good shot.
Shot number 2 here for Schultz.
Barry came to play.
Now the second shot for Das.
That's fine.
That could be tough there.
Here's Kenny from 150 feet to save par.
Get in. Get in.
Get in.
Come on, honey.
Work it. Nice.
Hold up.
Yeah, boy.
Hold still.
Hold still. Yeah, Matt.
Orum will also settle for bogey, while Barry only has a tap-in for the only birdie 3. Two holes to play, and you can just feel the tension. Schultz lets his drive go early, and he might not make that tree. And Schultz, at risk of losing more ground.
That's a winning throw right there.
Orum's in the tee box. Climo to tee off. And Climo off the front rim. And with that, his hopes of a 12th World's title are over. Now Das's putt. Orum sizing up shot number 2. And it's only getting tighter as we head down the stretch of this championship round. And Nate Das with a commanding lead going into the final hole. He's just got to play it safe, and the championship is his.
Tastes like butter.
First shot for Matt Orum is a beauty. And Das, with the championship in his hands, hooks one off to the right side and into the woods. He better not be wet or that's out of bounds. Schultz keeps it low and keeps it off the path. And the 11-time champ, Ken Climo, keeps it low. He's safe as well. In position for a good second shot.
CR, is that safe? There you go, definitely.
And Das is lucky. He's not out of bounds, but he's also not out of the woods. He needs to be careful here because he could end up back in the river, and then a mad scramble will be on for the championship. Das goes with the hammer and is able to land in safe territory. He doesn't have a great look for his next shot, but he does not go out of bounds. Shot number 2 now for Orem. And here's Climo, second shot, putting him in great position for a shot at a 3.
Nice shot, champ.
And now here's Das with his third shot. And this one is on target to the base of the pole. Nate Das will be your 2005 Disc Golf World Champion.
Never won a national tour. 2005 world champion, Nate Das. Yeah, boy! Yes! Thank you, everybody. I love you all.
I need to work on my driving a little bit more. It's always been a little weaker point. It's getting better. I'm throwing better than I ever had this weekend, so I know if I throw like this every weekend, I have a chance to win it. So.
I've been playing with these guys all summer and maybe a little bit last year as well. I know how good they are and how good they're going to be, and they have great heads on their shoulders. These are two of the best young guys that we have on tour. They're really nice guys. They're smart. They're intelligent. They're going to get better because of that, and they love to learn.
I knew I needed to make a bunch of 2s and not many 4s, and that's what I proceeded to do. I made a 5 on 18. I had 7 deuces, so I did my job and it got me into the final. I knew I needed a strong round this morning since yesterday's was a little flat.
What was going through my mind was just to do what I've been doing the whole time and to do what I was born to do, and that was to be world champion at some point in my life, and there's no words to express the feelings that I feel right now. Hi, it's Nate Das, Disc Golf's 2005 world champion and proud member of Team Discraft. This year at the Worlds, I drove to victory with the Discraft Avenger. This disc is accurate, it's long, and I couldn't have won the Worlds without it. You're gonna get huge distance with the Avenger. It's a winner.
Look for the new Nate Das Signature Avenger from Discraft, the world leader in disc sports.
Welcome everyone to the award ceremony for the 2005 PDGA Professional Disc Golf World Championships. And now your 5-time world legend champion from North Carolina, Ted, throwing over water, Williams. Joining Ted Williams now is a 5-time World Senior Grandmaster champion from Laramie, Wyoming, winning $1,000, Peter Shive. And introducing the first of several first-time world champions, female Grandmaster division from New Jersey, Alicia Rolano. In the male Grandmaster division, we had a record 56 entries. In first place, winning his second Grandmaster World Championship to go along with a Masters World Championship in the late 80s from Bowling Green, Kentucky, the good doctor, Rick Vokes. $2,400. In the women's Masters division, we had 8 entrants. We paid 4 50%. She's waited 10 years, and she is now a world champion from San Francisco, California, Annie Kreml. In the men's Pro Masters division, we had 59 players. We paid 25 or 42.5%. And I can't think of a guy who deserves more to add the title of world champion to his resume than Dean the Bomber Tannock. $2,500. In the women's open division, tying for third, the first lady played just spectacular coming down the stretch today. From Georgia, Courtney Peavy. And she tied for third with a member of disc golf's favorite family, Valerie Jenkins. In second place, the 5-time women's world champion from Bowling Green, Kentucky, Juliana Korver. $1,000. This lady played hot from start to finish. From Texas and Iowa, Des Redding. $1,750.
Thank you, Pennsylvania. This is a really special win for me. I'm not a one-hit wonder anymore. I had a great time. Thank you to the PDGA, Innova, Birdie Bags, Revolution Disc Golf, and Phoenix Sports. Get kids in schools. Check out Edge. Thanks, everyone.
That brings us to the big dogs. In fourth place, the Jack Nicklaus of disc golf, Kenny Climo. Tying for second, the 2-time defending world champion, Barry Schultz, $2,500. Tying for second place, Matt Oram. $2,500.
It gives me great pleasure, and it is a privilege, to award the 2005 Professional Disc Golf World Championship to Nate Doss from California.
I'm like the luckiest person on the planet right now. First of all, I have to thank my mother, who brought me into this world, and I love her so much, and I would not be the person without her right now. And so number one for her. I gotta thank my sponsors, Discraft, and thank you everybody in this town and everybody who had anything to do with this tournament. Thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. And that's it for me. Thank you so much.